Hello everyone, welcome back, and it seems as though Rockstar's parent company Take-Two has finally issued a statement about the situation in Australia where GTA 5 has actually been pulled from certain stores and has actually been banned. They had quite a lot to say about the situation. I'm going to be discussing it with you guys in general today, giving you guys as much information as I can, as well as bringing you guys exactly what Rockstar had to say about matters as well. So as always, hope you guys do go on to enjoy, and with all that being said, let's jump straight into this. So this all started around a week ago when a group of sex workers attacked GTA 5 for their apparent depictions of violence against women, both in general and sexual, and because of this they made a petition which had over 40 to 50,000 signings and tried to get it pulled from certain stores. Now certain stores across Australia actually responded to this by removing their game from their stores and pretty much issuing a statement that it has been banned and will no longer be for sale, and those stores are pretty much Target, and then shortly after Target, Kmart actually also followed in their footsteps. Now, after this situation, it had quite a bit of a backlash. It was all over the media, all over YouTube videos. I believe several news articles were actually reporting on this, as well all over Twitter, and it was pretty much becoming a huge thing that these companies, known as Target of course and Kmart in Australia, actually ended up putting the game because of a petition that was made by a feminist group. Now, because of the sheer amount of publicity this actually ended up getting in the media, the Grand Theft Auto parent publisher Take-Two Interactive president Cole Slatov on Tuesday actually spoke out against the two Australian retailers that actually banned Grand Theft Auto V from sale, and here is exactly what he had to say. Obviously, the Australia situation is disappointing on many levels. It's not impactful to our business, and frankly the two retailers are relatively small in the context of Australia, and there's other places for folks to buy Grand Theft Auto V in Australia. He also went on to state it's one thing for a person to not want to buy a piece of content, which is completely understandable, and that's really the solution. If you don't like it and if it's offensive to you, then you don't have to buy it. But for a person or a group of people to try to make that decision for millions of people, bearing in mind we have 34 million people who have bought Grand Theft Auto 5, and if these folks had their way, none of those people would be able to buy Grand Theft Auto. So that is pretty much what the Take-Two Interactive CEO actually had to say about the situation. He also did mention there at the bottom as well that it really just flies in the face of everything that free society is based on, which is definitely correct as well, and that he's actually more disappointed in that regard rather than in the context of his business, because his business is pretty much going to be completely unaffected by that. So I wanted to kind of bring it to your guys' attention today, let you guys know the situation at hand and what Rockstar exactly had to say about the situation, and rightly so as well. One of the main key factors I saw in his statement is that if the game really does offend you, then you don't need to buy it, and that is one of the main things. Of course, alongside that, there's many other factors that play into this, like for instance the game is 18 rated over here in the UK and 17 rated in the US, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about that, but essentially the game is made for adults and you can choose to buy the game if you like, and of course if you don't like the way the game is played, then you can choose not to purchase the game, and that is what it all stems down to in my opinion. Of course that is exactly what Rockstar stated as well, or the Take-Two Interactive CEO, who is the parent company of Rockstar, the parent publisher, also stated that as well. And in my honest opinion, there is no violence against women in this game. Of course you can be violent against women, but you can also be violent against men the exact same way, so it's kind of a bit of a weird situation and very unfortunate that these stores had to actually pull the game from their stores. And I wanted to bring this all to you guys today, give you guys all of the information, and I bring you guys exactly what Rockstar had to say about the matters at hand as well. So as always, hope you guys did enjoy today's video or did find the information helpful, and of course as always guys, if you did, be sure to leave a like down below. Your support is always greatly appreciated on the channel. And with that being said, I will catch you all later today with a brand new video.